talk of the town. I know you're feeling it now. Come on and move to the sound.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome to Talk of the Town, the Mount Airy Business and Leadership Interview Series. I'm Donna Marie Needle, real estate agent with Northrop Realty and sponsor at parkbench.com, Mount Airy, a hyper-local website focused on shopping local, buying local, eating local, everything local. And I'm here today with Brian Preuss, owner of Green Home Solutions of Mount Airy. Welcome, Brian, and thank you for joining me and being featured today.
Thanks, Donna Marie. Happy to be here.
So let's go ahead and dive right in to let our viewers learn more about Green Home Solutions. Describe your business, what type of services and products you offer, and how long you have been serving the Mount Airy community.
Sure thing. So Green Home Solutions is an indoor air quality company. What that means is that we provide testing and remediation for mold, allergens, VOCs. We also provide odor mitigation services, disinfection services from COVID all the way to hospital grade. COVID being on one end because it's relatively easy to kill from a surface standpoint, and hospital grade where we have much more difficult bugs to try to disinfect. And then the newest service that we're offering, which is right in line with our indoor air quality, is duct cleaning services. And we do all these services with EPA registered plant-based products.
Awesome. And how long have you been serving the Mount Airy community?
So I opened at the heart of COVID in 2020, and which is a bit nerve-wracking, but made it through the first year and well into the second, and enjoying every minute of it.
Wow. So that was pretty brave of you to try to start something in the middle of 2020. But on the other hand, it was in the middle of COVID, so it was perfect kind of matchup for you.
It was, the advent of COVID and people starting to take a look at what their indoor air quality requirements are, was perfect for the startup of Green Home Solutions in this area. Great.
So brings it like kind of full circle for my industry. I'm sure that you're looking at a lot of your clients being real estate agents or bringing the client to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So real estate agents are definitely a great strategic partner of mine. Home buyers in general, whether they're selling or buying, but also commercial entities as well, particularly as businesses start to bring people back into work, into their buildings that may or may not have been having their indoor air quality monitored on a regular basis. Some of them may not even had their HVAC running or dehumidifiers running, which are both provide impact to indoor air quality.
That's a good point. I mean, because, if a building had been vacant or sat empty for a while, it's certainly a good matchup in terms of being able to, offer those services for commercial clients as well.
Absolutely.
So I know you're just young and growing. Do you have employees at this time?
Absolutely. So it started out with just a couple of us getting our hands and feet dirty. I've grown over the past couple of years. I've got a team of sales associates, and I've got a team I'm running a couple teams of technicians right now. We're conducting, obviously we're based in Mount Airy, but we're providing services really across all of Central Maryland, from the Pennsylvania border all the way to DC.
Well, that's great to know. Awesome that you're going outside of Mount Airy also, because obviously that's the kind of service that's needed everywhere. So why did you choose this profession, Brian? How did you get started?
That's a great question. How does anybody get it started in anything sometimes, right? So I got to go way back to college, where I have a degree in microbiology and immunology. That kind of set the tone for kind of my scientific analytical mindset. And then I proceeded to take that background and join the Army not long after getting my degree. And so I spent 22 years in the Army, traveling all across the world, and settled here. The Army brought me to Maryland. And so I've settled here. I'm raising a family here. I really enjoy Mount Airy from the perspective of I grew up in a town of 1,500 people, and really was a social experiment when I went to college, and my first chemistry class had 1,500 people in it. But I enjoyed that small atmosphere where when you walked downtown, you knew people, people knew who you were. I've developed relationships with not only personal relationships with people, but also business relationships with people in town. I've joined the VFW, the chamber, and just getting to understand and know people is what I'm used to, where I grew up, and that's why I've settled in this area. Why indoor air quality? So a little known thing about when you get out of military service is that they provide kind of a boots to business classes, and they have a vested interest in making sure that people that get out of the service are successful, because 6 months down the road, if they go on unemployment, that military service pays for that unemployment. And so as I'm going through that process, I knew that I wanted to start my own business. What that was in, was to be determined. But during the course, Green Home Solutions is a franchise. There's over 200 across the United States, and their company values and my personal values met up on really when it came to environmental stewardship. And so I studied it further and further. I understood their processes. I understood their solutions to some of these indoor air quality problems. I've witnessed some of them firsthand, whether here or overseas during my Army career. And I wanted to be able to provide those solutions locally here in Mount Airy, but also throughout Central Maryland.
What an interesting background that you have that kind of brought you full circle to this business. And good to know that it's a franchise. I had no idea that it was a franchise, so that's interesting. So I know that we talked about a lot of your clients being home buyers and real estate agents being your partners. But describe your typical client. Where are people finding you, and what are they saying about your services?
Yeah, so a typical client is really anybody who's concerned about their indoor air quality. And we get recommendations from allergists, and I want to be upfront with something. I can't make an individual healthy, but I can guarantee that I can make their indoor air healthier. And so by doing that, sometimes that does make the individual healthier. And so we do get recommendations from allergists for their clients, natural medicine, homeopathic medicine. People in those realms recommend us many times just because of our natural processes. And then, as I mentioned earlier, on the business side, businesses that are bringing people back are asking for us to come out and check their air, either after people come back and their employees are noticing, hey, I'm not feeling well when I'm at work, I'm fine when I go home, which is telltale that something's going on in their environment. And so we'll come out, provide free assessments, and then provide potential solutions to the problems that we find.
That's awesome. I can see how those types of doctors, allergists, whatever, could find their way to recommending your kinds of services for sure. My son had asthma when he was a baby, so we had duct cleaning, air purifier, all kinds of things that are related to making your environment cleaner.
One of the things I wanted to bring up was a vignette of a customer who called us. It's been within the past couple of months, but the individual calls us crying, and so as a business owner, automatically, you think in worst case, what happened? As it turns out, these were tears of joy. This individual's daughter was lethargic, sick. The doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. They recommended us, the doctors recommended Green Home Solutions come and treat their home. And a couple months later, she's calling us in tears of joy saying, hey, my daughter is running around jumping. We haven't seen it in years. It was a fantastic, a fantastic phone call to get, for sure.
Fantastic testimonial to your business and what it offers, for sure, and what the results could be. That's awesome. So what are you thinking about your business and the growth potential? Where do you see yourself heading in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, that's a great question, Donna Marie. And where I want to start that off is where we're at right now. And so, and this is really a long-winded way of talking about our innovation and how that has to continue. But right now, we're the only indoor air company in the area that, after we disinfected a home or a business with our EPA registered plant-based products, that we've killed all the microorganisms in that environment. Now we add a probiotic, just like the probiotic yogurt that people are taking for their gut health. We provide that for the indoor air health of a business or a residential home, in order to help, one, jumpstart that environment so the bad stuff doesn't come back, and two, it actually continues to act and eat some of the microorganisms that may be left behind. And so these probiotics are actually eating dust mites, fecal matter, allergens that can affect people's health. And so that's my intro to innovation. We are innovating things now, and over the course of the next 5 or 10 years, we will continue to innovate and provide better indoor air quality for our customers, because one, our customers deserve it, and two, we enjoy providing that service to our customers.
Yeah, I mean, that is just awesome, because once you've treated a home, it doesn't mean that it's that's it, you're good to go, because
Right.
these organisms and things that get into our air ducts and dust mites and all of those types of things, they come back, I'm sure. So I'm sure there has to be some kind of regularity or future thinking ideas and inventions, as you're talking about, that can lead to cleaner air quality for, regularly, rather than just a one-time deal.
Absolutely. And so, in the spring and the fall, I love to open up my windows and get some fresh air in the home, right? But that comes with pollen, it comes with mold spores, it comes with other allergens that affect people differently. And so every spring, when I change out my air filter in my HVAC unit, I disinfect and add probiotic to my home. Every fall, when I change out my air filter again, right before the heat comes on, I do the same thing. And I've noticed a marked decrease in my allergenic response, and quite frankly, so are my customers.
Well, that's awesome information to share, because I don't think that a lot of people, including myself, would think that there's a probiotic product for the home. You think of probiotics, like you said, you think about it for your gut health, not for the home. So that's awesome information. Great to have you share that with us today.
Great to be a part of this.
Yeah. So, well, thank you, Brian. Thank you again for joining us. I want to thank you for being featured here today on this platform, Park Bench Mount Airy and Talk of the Town interview series. If you want to go ahead and share with our viewers how to get in touch with you, the best way to reach you, or to get further information about your business, please go ahead and share.
Sure. So the easiest way that I can provide for people to copy number down would be just give us a call. Our number is 443-409-3001. You can also look us up on Facebook, Green Home Solutions. We're on Google. You can find it our Google page, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just Google Green Home Solutions, and you'll find all of our social media stuff as well.
Awesome. Well, I do appreciate you being with us again, Brian. And once again, I'm Donna Marie Needle, real estate agent with Northrop Realty and sponsor here at parkbench.com, Mount Airy. You can reach me directly at 301-466-3086 or donnamarie@northroprealty.com. If you have a business, or if you are a local leader in town and you want to be featured, give me a shout. I'd be honored to have you featured. And if you are looking for real estate help, buying or selling, please give me a call. I'd love to help. Thanks again. Take care, everybody.
I'm the talk of the town. I know you're feeling it now. Come on and move to the sound.